Alright, let's see if that fixes our problem. So hopefully that fixes the issue. And I do see the invite down there. Listen, thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all so much for y'all patience. I don't know what happened. It was inviting and then declined. I sent another one. Said it was coming up and then it was just went away. Trust it. Send another request. For some reason it came and then it said it declined. Try sending another one. All right, it said it's adding you now. Boom, there we go.
Grand Rising King. Grand Rising King.
Peace and blessings. What's going on? So finally got these connection issues taken care of. I said my name is Jafari Jones, president of BLM 757. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We're here with Mr. Rico Dukes, and I said where we got in contact a few weeks or a couple of days ago, actually, of individuals saying that they got claimed that we had a possible descendant of Huey P. Newton, and so we wanted to just be as transparent as possible and just try to see what we can come of it. And so we just wanted to bring him on the platform and to see if let's say if he has any truth to what's going on. And I said as far as enlighten everybody, so if possible gem here in the community that a hidden gem, and so we just like to this is history. So we want to just see speak your piece, and anything you want to introduce yourself as and go on, we open ears.
My name is Rico Dukes. I'm the son of Black Panther's founder, Huey P. Newton. I'm also the founder of the 21st Century Black Panthers, RCEHPN, They Fear Truth, Federal Government of America. According to Alameda, Oakland, California, Vital Court Records documents, I am the son of Huey P. Newton, so I will get my documents so I can show y'all these here and we can, get this thing rolling, because there's a lot that I want to say today. So y'all just give me a few seconds to get these documents.
Okay. Well, y'all heard y'all, man. Y'all share this out. I know a lot of people aren't, all the way familiar with the revolution. I know a lot of people are used to just seeing, the Black Panthers or the new Black Panthers and things of that nature as something in the 60s and 70s, not knowing that there are active groups out here, even now, as we speak, that have been, active on, many different forefronts. Some, more active, less active than others, but there is a distinctiveness between, many different Panther groups. So, people just automatically hear Black Panther, they automatically, or hear Black Panthers, they automatically assume, one group of Black Panthers, but there is, in fact, many different sides of it. So, if you have about how many different pieces of document you have for us today, and or if you can just give us the start of how the story started, if anything, just take it from the beginning. We don't want to jump into it. Just take us from the beginning as to how we got here today, as far as you knowing this, and however long it's been since you knew about this, and yeah.
Well, when I was a child growing up, my stepfather had told me that he wasn't my real father, but I thought that he was lying. And he made sure that he told me about Bobby Seale. He told me that he had a very close friend that was deceased, and I was the son of the friend of his that was deceased. And he told me that my father was a great leader and he was a hell of a man, and that I looked at just like him. But at the time, I'm so young, I'm thinking that my stepfather was, just joking and playing around with me. So he looked at me in my eye and I told him he was playing. He said, "Son, have I ever lied to you?" I say, "No." He say, "I'm not your real father." So I asked him who was my real father. He told me I would know that there when the time came. But he made sure to tell me about Bobby Seale. He said, "I got a friend, another good friend named Bobby Seale. If I was to ever need anything or anything done, then Bobby Seale would send somebody to do it, or he'll make sure it get done himself." At the time, like I say, I had no knowledge of who Bobby Seale was, who Huey P. Newton was, or who the Black Panthers was. So years passed on down the line. I wound up getting shot 9 times, leaving a total of 23 gunshot holes in me. When I got shot, I didn't know that there was a hit from the U.S. government, but I was hearing that it was a hit. Which a hit is a contract, a murder contract. I was hearing that it was a murder contract on me, but I didn't know what it was for. I was a big time drug dealer at that time. Before I started my stand right now, I was a big time drug dealer. So, once I got shot up, I had to have a blood transfusion. Couldn't no one that was supposed to be in my original family give me blood. My blood had to be flown from overseas. It took 48 hours to arrive. They did the surgery and the blood transfusion on me at LSU Hospital in Shreveport, Louisiana. And at that time, I was wondering, why couldn't nobody give me blood if the people that I had always thought was my family, why they couldn't give me blood then? Why my blood had to come from overseas? So to skip on forward past that, I got locked up in 2018, and a Denton County sheriff by the name of Horn, he told me that my father was the leader of the Black Panthers. Once again, I thought that he was lying, but by this time, I had already started my stand. I started my civil rights movement in 2016. So I established my government in 2020. I didn't get the documentations of that Huey P. Newton was my father until 2021 from the Oakland, Alameda, California Writer Court records. And these are the documents. This is the California death certificate documents. The only way to get a death certificate on anyone, I don't know if y'all can see it closely, but the only way to get a death certificate on anyone, you have to be blood. And before they give you these documents, you have to get, this is the document. I'm gonna show them to you one by one. This is the document that must be released to you from
Okay, so
any vital course record.
Because it's blurry up here, if you can read the top of it, what's it saying? And like I said, we're gonna get some clear pictures. So what's the top of this one say?
Okay, the top of this one here is the application for unrestricted certified copy of a death record, $23 per copy in Alameda County. Okay, and if you can see it, because I want to try to show it to y'all. Can y'all read that now? Is it clear enough?
It's blurry on my end for some whatever reason, but I mean, like I said, we can just, you know, I said take a, more pictures after, but it does look clear when you're showing it from afar, but when you
Okay.
bring it in, that's when it's blurry. As far as like not just blurry,
Okay.
it's just
Okay.
a
Let me
fixed
see.
quality.
Do you see this? You see that dot right there? That line?
Yeah, I can see the dot. It's just not letting us see it clearly. I say I don't know if it's the phone or the picture quality, but it's
Okay.
just,
Let me
it just.
let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna turn my camera. I'm gonna turn my whatchamacallit around. Let me see if it'll allow me to do it like that there. And let me see. Hold
Yeah,
up.
that's probably better if you do it with the front facing camera.
Oh. Yeah, but if for some reason it did not let me click the camera part on this video, unless I'm
If you
old and
double
don't know what
tap,
I'm
maybe
doing.
at the bottom, it should be a thing. It has like it looks like a turny thing. That's the turn it around.
Yeah, it ain't.
Right beside
It got all it
right
got
beside.
down here is got share, it got right comment, and it got all the emojis, but it don't have the hold on, there you go. It's at the top. Instead at the bottom, it was at the top. There we go. Now, so I can put this here down so y'all will be able to see it more clearly. See it in my lap. Now, are y'all able to see it better now?
No, but I mean you can just take, like I said, take a picture with it with your regular camera later. But like I said, if you just
You
read
see
off
it?
whatever what's on the black dot, it really don't let us. I can see Rico Dukes, I can see your name, but as far as everything else, it comes up blurry from. It's just I said I know
This
it's
child.
the camera. I mean it's the phone. Like it's really the phone. It's
Can you see it now? Can you see it a little clearly now?
a little bit more, but honestly, not really.
Okay.
Feel like I said it's better when it's further away. Like I said it was clear when you were showing the
Right.
yeah.
Right here, right there, where that black dot is, it says child, grandparent, grandchild, brother or sister, spouse, or domestic partner of the registrant. So that's me down here at the bottom, Rico Dukes. Here's the seals for everything. Maybe y'all can see that should be clear enough right there for you guys. As you see, this is all certified documents. I'm gonna zoom in a little closer. You see the expiration date for the notary that signed it. You see up here where it is. You see who the death certificate is for, Huey Newton. Okay. Here's the actual death certificate and death data paperwork. This is the, try to keep it out there because I don't give it that shadow part right there. It might look like that. So as you see these are the real unrestricted copies. Huey P. Newton. You see, these are the real documents, certified.
And when did you
That was the day that I found out.
Yeah, what was the first day you found out? You said
Right here, June the 28th.
What was the first?
This
What
was the
day
day.
did you first start, like even investigating all this?
I started investigating this like in 20. Let me turn my camera back around for you guys. I started investigating this after I had got confirmation from the sheriff at Denton County Correctional when he told me that my father was the leader of the Black Panthers, and he was very for real when he told me. He made sure that I took him seriously when he told me this. So that just made me want to figure out why would a sheriff tell me that this was my father. But once I went to thinking about everything, I thought about what my stepfather told me. I thought about what my step auntie in California, her name is Mildred Ann Bluen Husband. I thought about what she told me. She told me that if I was having problem with the U.S. government, to type and research my father's name. But at the time when she told me that, I thought she was talking about my stepfather, but she was talking about Huey P. Newton. I speak to David Newton, who is the board chairman, which is my first cousin, my father's nephew. I speak to him regularly, all the time, on the phone, and we talk all the time. He's aware of everything that's going on. He sees all the documents. At first, he was thinking that I was doing this for a money game. I'm not asking anyone for no money. I didn't come to ask anyone for no money, not my family, not any other Black Panthers organization. I just clearly wanted the world to know that Huey P. Newton does have a biological son, and I stand just like him. And I was standing like him before I even ever found out that he was my father. So once God allowed me to find out that he was my father, that just gave me the affirmation, the reinforcement of that I was truly meant to stand this way. So, you know, it just went hand in hand. When I found out he was my father, they just strengthened my movement while at the same time keeping his legacy alive. For us, a lot of other Black Panther members that's out there, you have a lot of new Black Panther member group that's out there. They're not in it for the betterment of the people. They're in it for the individual gain of themselves. They're willing to make money off the people, but they're not willing to give back and do for the people. So when I come along, it was so much controversy with them. They wasn't coming to me basically trying to find out if I was really Huey Newton's son. They was coming to me like basically saying like, I can't start another Black Panther organization. You can't tell me what I can start. I'm the leader of all of them. So furthermore, you got to come to me to get the approval to use my father's name. You using my father's name, Huey P. Newton, on your organizations. So I'm saying this because this is where the conflict coming in with the other organizations. You're using my father's name, Huey P. Newton, to gain proceeds for your own individual beliefs or whatever you're trying to accomplish. Okay, but not one dime has been sent to the Huey P. Newton Foundation, which is ran by Rico Newton and my cousin David Newton. Not one dime is received to me, but I'm the child that's receiving all the bloodshed behind this. I was shot 9 times for being his son. I was labeled deceased for 3 years by Dallas, Texas Federal Northern District Court Judge Keekindi in the Dukes versus A&A bail bonds and Denton County case. They labeled me deceased in that case to keep from having to try to deal with me. They labeled me deceased for 3 years. They just declared that I wasn't deceased last year in February. 3 months later, I was allowed to get the death certificates to prove that I was Huey P. Newton's son. So getting these certificates cleared up a lot for me. This is why I was going through all the things that I was going through, because they didn't want to face what they happen to face today. So other organizations, it's not so much of they don't have a problem with me being Huey's son. They have a problem with control because they want to be the ones in power for something. Like I made a live video the other day, and I was telling a lot of people that if you want to do something for your people that's of good for the people, if you want to feed the homeless people, if you want to go clothe people, if you want to give people a voice, you don't need no one's approval to do that. You don't have to go and be a part of an organization to do anything for your people. That's something that God's grant in you anyway. Man cannot grant you that. So if any organization is telling you on behalf of my father, Huey P. Newton, that they charging you or a membership fee to be a part of their organization, that is not a 21st century Black Panther. And no Black Panther organization can be official unless it comes from me, the son of Huey P. Newton. I denounce all other Black Panther organizations that do not have the authorized authority to use Huey P. Newton name, HPN, or the Black Panther title. That is a mockery to my father, what y'all are doing today. Your movement that you're doing, I do not knock your movement for whatever reason that you're doing your movement. The only thing that I knock that you're using my father's name to try to strengthen your movement. Use your own name. Use your child name. Use your grandmother's name. Use your grandfather's name. Why must you use my father's name and feel that I won't say nothing or I should not say nothing? If I did, that would be total disrespect to my father. If I didn't stand for my father's name, being his only child, that would be total disrespect to myself, to my father, and to my father's family, and to his legacy. So the point of it is I want to unionize with everybody because it's going to take all of us to get this here done. It's going to take all of us as a people, as a whole, to fight for freedom and liberation. All our great leaders before us, they passed away for fighting for this here. So the torch is left with us. We can no longer use our ancestors and our ones that fell to death in the movement of freedom. We can no longer use them because the torch is left on us. We can't say what they said and what they did. We got to do what's in modern day and time right now to free us. They fought and died for the same freedom that we fear to stand for today. So, but you got other
So
Panther organizations that tell you, okay, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna go ahead. It cut off. I think it's a delay in both things.
Okay. I thought you were asking me something. That's why I had stopped, because I couldn't hear. But if you have Panther organizations, they train you, they charge you money to learn how to shoot a weapon. You can learn that yourself. They charge you money to go skydiving or do any of these other type of things, but they never giving you the real tools that you need to survive this war that they trying to put you in. How you gonna feed yourself and you going to war with your enemy? You gonna ask your enemy for food to strengthen you to go to war with them? How we don't have no land, like us as people, we don't have any land to call our own. So yet we can't provide for our people. So yet we are not ready for that physical war of aspect. But if that physical war of aspect came to us, we will not back down from it as people as a whole. But the movement is, my father's movement was to provide services for the people that benefit the people. Skydiving don't benefit the people. Learning how to operate guns don't benefit the people. Feeding the people, giving the people housing, giving the people jobs, giving the people protection, giving the people strength, giving the people neighborhoods, homes that they own, businesses that they own, showing your community how we must come together and get these things in order for the better survival of our people. How can we survive without no resources? It takes resources to survive in life. Everyday resources, water.
I would have to disagree on the point of saying we don't have to show them how to operate firearms, because that comes in part with hunting. And if we do have to go to war, we are big on two-way Second Amendment and things of that nature. So I think everything comes together, as a part. But I said again, with how we came here in the first place. What I would say is, because I don't know, but there's Huey P. Newton gun clubs as well. We know there's Panther movements. There's the Black Panther, the original Black Panthers, there's the new Black Panther Party, and then like I said, there's gun clubs as far as the Huey P. Newton gun club that came out to be, with this. So like, as far as, I know how our conversation came about, individuals in, and how it came about was, like I said, individuals in some of the Black Panther groups were saying that you were fraudulent for this, that, and third. How long has it been since you have been, proclaiming to be the son of Huey P. Newton? And then how long had it been till they gave you backlash? And then had they tried to have a conversation with you beforehand, or did they immediately start, just saying that you weren't who you were saying that you are, and pretty much, try to bury your name, or say that you're not, Huey P. Newton's son?
Since 2020, I've been exposing that I was Huey Newton's son. 2021, I got the documents to prove that I was Huey Newton's son. Now, I done reached out to many of the Black Panthers, new Black Panthers organizations before I showed them that I was Huey Newton's son. I didn't try to unite with them, speak with them, go to their meetings just to see what they was about. They ignored me. Now, all of a sudden, since the documents are out, beyond the shadow of a doubt, now all of a sudden, all of them are contacting me. Dr. Malik, he done sent 4 or 5 different people at me. Every organization, the Black, the People Liberation Nations and the People's Nation. I'm talking about, I just had a almost 2-hour conference call with the People's Nation yesterday. And it's not, that's like I say, they not coming to me basically because I'm saying I'm Huey Newton's son. They see the facts that I'm Huey Newton's son. They thinking more along the line that I'm coming to them like I'm finna try to get all the money. I ain't came to ask y'all for no money yet. But what I refuse to do, this is where the problem come in, because you are using my father's name to gain proceeds. Now, I have not seen one dime of any of these proceeds of these organizations. Neither has the Huey P. Newton Foundation, which is in Oakland, California, or neither has the Rico Dukes and Huey P. Newton Foundation received any benefits or proceeds. But yet you and your family are living with these proceeds. But if you truly represent my father, then you wouldn't have a problem with you wouldn't have a problem with homage.
They said that they reached out to the Huey P. Newton Foundation, and they supposedly said that you were not affiliated with Huey P. Newton as well. have you spoken with the Huey P. Newton Foundation? Have you talked to them at all? And do you have any contact with who is listed as Huey P. Newton's
Yes,
children?
That's why I told you I talked. That's why I told you I talked to my cousin David Newton regularly. I just talked to him like a week and a half ago, telling him that I want him to illustrate some stuff in California because I want to unite the Panthers in California with the 21st century. I speak to him regularly. I can call him right now and speak to him regularly. So this is what I'm saying. All these other organizations, they asking me questions, but you can't reach out to none of these people. So I mean, me and Bobby Seale, we was talking. You see, Bobby Seale, he put when I was telling him, when I showed him about everything, I asked him who was my mother. I said, I think I deserve to know that now. He replied back, I don't have that information. Now, the text before that was showing him the Wikipedia article, the encyclopedia article that I'm the son of Huey P. Newton. Not once have he ever said that I'm not Huey Newton's son. And this is open public text that me and him are doing. So all these other organizations, if you feel like that I was a fraud, you're welcome to go into the same database that I went to. You're welcome to call Alameda, Oakland, California Vital Court Records documents and ask them, was it any documents that was released to the son of Huey P. Newton? They have to give you that information. They don't have to give you details about the information, but it's public records documents on what documents was released and who they was released to. So yet they not searching for the truth. They searching for, it's a power struggle. It don't have nothing to do about me being Huey Newton's son, because if this is the man you say you stand for, why not try to come and get to know me and see if, hey, let me see if he's standing like Huey. Let me see if he act like Huey. Let me see if he got some of the same beliefs as Huey. You coming to me telling me who I am not when I'm showing you the United States government documents of who I am. So your personal feelings, I could care less about your personal feelings. Because if you really were searching for the truth, then you'd go to the same people that I went to for the truth. But when I told them this year, they told me we don't mess with the government. How you don't mess with the government if you're trying to find out the truth? The government is the keeper of all documents.
So that, I guess they try to say that because you know, it's a picture that we keep seeing circulated is the picture of, I guess, the Texas Ranger ID thing or something like that. I guess is that what you're saying?
You talking about this here? You talking about that? I'm the one that published it. Anything that you see out on me that's in public, it's somebody asking a question. I think this on here. I think this on yours. I'm not for sure I'm not for sure if that question was on here or if it was just some text that came through my stuff. Somebody named AJ Atkinson. How you doing, boss? I'm willing to. Oh no, that's in the message. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that I thought it was a comment that was coming through, but that's somebody asking me that was watching the show and they in my inbox now. So this is what I'm saying. That it's not about
spoken to these other children. Pops Holmes, he's actually a member of Huey
don't have any. Oh yeah, he don't have any other blood children. The other 3 children that y'all see, those are his stepchildren. He has no other blood children so far that has came forward other than me. No one has came forward with documents of official, authentic documents saying that they're Huey Newton's son but me. So as of right now, I am the only biological child that he has. I'm not saying that he don't have any other kids because I don't know this. I just found out he was my father. So he was a public figure. He went all across the country, all across. I'm pretty sure he just didn't have one woman, you know, so I can't say that there's no other blood children out here. But all I can say is, as of right now, I am the only official child bloodline of Huey P. Newton. There are no other kids at this point in time other than me. The 3 kids you see now or you hear about now, those are stepchildren.
Have you done any other interviews, any exclusive interviews? Because once you Google it, I mean, of course, only thing people say about Wikipedia is I'm saying you can change Wikipedia to your own liking as far as that. But it was like, have you done any other interviews with any like other news outlets? This is just out of, out of curiosity too. Have you done any interviews with anybody? Have you spoken to?
I did interview.
With
you say have I spoken out what now?
Yeah, because like I said, we're just gonna like I said, after we post this, we won't put links in. If you could after this, just try to get a better shot with the picture, because I saw it here live, so I can vouch for seeing it was live. But And even people in the comments said it was live until you put it closer, and when it get closer, it just gets blurry. Like I said, it might just be the phone. So if you could just line it up and maybe do the scanner on the phone, it may have that option. I'm looking to so it said, have you spoken to the step kid?
I'm gonna fold it up for you. I'm gonna fold it up
to the step kid?
because I like to do this here. I like to do that there. But I just post the links on. I post the links on there. I just do that. I put it on there, the actual pictures and everything on there. But all I can do at this point in time is tell people that. You say they asked what? I couldn't hear you.
Have you spoken to his stepkids?
Oh no, I haven't spoken to his stepkids. I tried to reach out to my my cousin David Newton, that I want to talk to them. He has access to all of them, but it's like he gives me the runaround. He want me to find out who my mama is. So I told him I think my mama is Gwen Fontaine. I have all these texts from when me and him was talking. He was like, "Now you on to something. Now you on to something." So I don't know, like I never spoke to her. See, what people have to understand was, and I gotta say this here because I want to say, because it's leading to something right now for what I'm gonna say. Bobby Seale don't tell the people that my father had him beaten badly. He had to escape down the fire escape with no shoes on. My pop and them took the shoes from him. My father had his guards beat Bobby Seale. Bobby Seale, that's when he ran to Philadelphia. He was there for 5 years. Frederica Newton reached out to Bobby Seale in regards to giving my father a job. But don't you think if my father wanted to reach out to Bobby Seale about a job, don't you think he could have reached out to Bobby Seale on his own behalf? So 5 months after Frederica, now mind you, Frederica Newton got all the Black Panther records at this time. 5 months after she reached out to Bobby Seale about giving my father a job, Bobby Seale comes back to Oakland. 5 months later, my father is murdered. Bobby Seale has painted the picture that he is the founder of the Black Panthers when clearly he was the co-founder of the Black Panthers. Bobby Seale was the co-founder of the Black Panthers. So if you beat a person like that, that will bring up enough animosity to make you want to kill this person. And Bobby Seale had even said in several of his interviews and documentaries that he wanted to kill Huey. He was going to kill Huey. He got to kill this nigga. But I just left. This is what he says in his live interview. But he didn't tell y'all that the reason why he left, because my pop had him beaten badly. So Frederica Newton has never reached out to me. Why wouldn't, if you were my father's wife when he was murdered, and it's only 2 people that has these documents, me and Frederica Newton. It's clearly, you can see that say California, Alameda, Oakland, California. So you clearly see what they say right there at the top.
That's clear right there. I'm looking at my other phone. So they're asking right now, it's asking a member of the original Black Panthers in Richmond. He asking, what record are you showing right now?
I'm showing, the record that I'm showing right now is the medical health death data of my father. This is the health death data right here. This is the actual death certificate, as you can see. You see that say death certificate. You see this one right here? It says death, that's the hospital death data paperwork.
Okay, I can read it better on this, but it's split. Yeah, it's definitely it definitely said county of it's backwards on my end. Alma, it's backwards. It's split on my on this
Alameda,
side.
Alameda. Yeah, it's Alameda,
so
California. It's gonna show backwards on your camera because it's gonna show like that.
Yeah, and so
but
from this,
only two people have.
What would
and
you
this
help?
is the document that shows. This is the document that you have. Okay, I want to show you right here. This is the document. That's the black line that actually shows I am the child of Huey Newton. Do you see that way where that black dot is a child? That means I am his child. I'm one of these relatives that's listed in this box. I'm one of these relatives that are listed in this box. Clearly, I'm not old enough to be the parent, the grandparent, the sister, or the brother. So clearly, I got to be the child. So it's no confusion and confrontation on who I am. That's undebatable. That's if you feel like that, go get David Newton. Go get one of my pop sisters, his brothers. That got my blood ties right here. I'm willing to give blood anytime one of them are willing to come forward and give it. I went way to California in regards to this right here to help them satisfy their thoughts in regards to what everything was going on. David Newton never would show up. That's when I found out that my father didn't have no foundation. There's no building for my father to have for a foundation. There is no foundation building for the Huey P. Newton. It's only a website.
So they were saying, so one of the Panthers was asking, what proof do you have that he's your father, such as DNA? So you actually do have a DNA test, what you're saying. They came in late, so they asked me, they said, what proof do you have that he is your father, such as DNA or anything like that? I missed the beginning of this live.
Okay. Tell them to go, well, I'm going to tell them, go on my page, Rico Dukes. All the documents that you seek to see are there. They are there with clearly, with no blurry, no nothing. They are there clearly. They are in live videos. They are individual camera videos. I'm talking about, yes, DNA from LSU Hospital that shows you my blood type, which is ABA negative, RH no, golden blood. It shows my pop picture. It shows my picture. It shows where my blood came from. It shows all that there. So everything that I have is official. Furthermore, if I wasn't Huey Newton's son and I'm running around claiming this and I got these U.S. government documents, why aren't the U.S. government saying that I'm lying? Why aren't they? Why they are not exposing this? Why are they not trying to debunk this? Because I'm telling the world this is where these documents came from. But yet everyone is scared to go ask the government about this right here. They ask me all the questions. When I give them the questions and give them the actual facts, they some believe and some still be in well, if you don't believe what I'm telling you, the only other thing that I can tell you is go to the same places where I got the documents from. That's all that I can tell you. I was told from several Black Panther members and stuff, new Black Panther members, I was told from them that we can't get those documents. We not family. Wow, then how did I get them then? That means I got to be family. So, you know, it's like, it's nothing about me being Huey Newton's son. Because if you really cared if I was Huey Newton's son, you would be trying to get to know me and find out what is going on. Why have I been hid for so long? Why have no one else spoke about me? Why, you know, you will be trying to find it out other than saying what I'm saying is a lie. How can I be lying when I have the documents for that? If I am this good, to print up fake documents with seals.
That is a seal. I mean, I can't feel it in the screen, but it looks like it's definitely sealed. Yeah, that's definitely.
I'm willing to come anywhere and meet anybody and show them these documents. So if I am that good to do these things right here, then I'm in the wrong business of fighting for the people, and I need to be in the business of creating documents because everybody needs documents. If I'm this good, I'm in the wrong business. I'm fighting for the wrong thing. If I can create documents like this here, then guess what? I can create enough documents to free everybody in the country then. So they not searching for the truth. They searching for a confrontation. They searching for a debate. I'm not here to debate with you. I'm not here, not you, but I'm saying I'm talking to the people. I'm not here to debate with the people. I'm not here to give you every answer that you're looking for. I'm here to give you the main evidence and proof that you need. Any other answers, if you feel like that I'm a fraud or I'm telling a lie about this here, you're welcome to check the same sources that I got the documents from. I can't tell you that's more than that. Before I had the documents, people say, well,
we got a question. The question was, what does he wish to accomplish by coming out with this information? Is he trying to unify the different the different Panther parties, or is he trying to take control of them?
I'm trying to unify them, but first they need control because they have no control. They have no leadership. The new Black Party Panthers organization, they feud amongst themselves. They arguing about who is the leader and who has the power and who has. I thought it was about unity and freedom and liberation and justice for the people. That's what I thought it was about. I didn't know that it was about you supposed to be cleared by this organization and you supposed to be cleared. I ain't asked no one to be cleared by my organization. What I asked you to do is be clear to use my father's name for your organization. I have not asked any organization, oh, come clear this here with me before you go and do this right here. No, whatever God told you to do, I suggest you follow what God told you to do. But you won't benefit using my father's name. You won't be able to gain proceeds using my father's name because I have patented it. I have patented Huey P. Newton, HPN, and the Black Panthers. That is trademarked and patented now by me, Rico Cortez Dukes, the only biological child of Huey P. Newton. Now, who else could do that? If I wasn't a child, how could I do it? Soon as it's finished patent, I will post the documents and everything to show the world that his name is patent. So now they have to come to me to use his name.
So you're saying it's patent pending?
You're welcome to go start a Panthers.
So you're saying it's patent pending?
I couldn't hear you.
So it's patent pending?
Yes, the patent is already in the motion. It takes a week for everything to be finalized. Next week, everything will be finalized. Everything will be finalized. All the paperwork has been put in. The processing fee has been paid. All that is finalized. Only thing I'm waiting for them to go and get everything together because they have to run everything to the data. So therefore, anybody that's using his name that does not have the patent to that there, they're going to either have to drop their name or pay me for that. Or just ask me for approval. Hey, man, is it okay that we use your father's name? You can use my father's name, but if you gaining proceeds from using my father's name, it's no more than right than you give back to the legacy of his name. It's no more than right. So
yeah,
if you have a problem with giving back to the legacy of my father's name.
Because I can honestly say, like I said, if I, in my untimely, death or somebody, if I had a child that, came out, I know me as a father, I'm gonna want everything, to my, son, daughter, or whichever, to have that. So I would like to continue this conversation as far as unifying everything. I do feel like there has been a rift, and we are not Panther affiliated. We do know Panthers of many different fashions. Like I said, some of the Panthers here locally chimed in, but then one of our members, he's a member of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, and so there's a Huey P. Newton Gun Club as well, and then, there's a Fred Hampton Gun Club, and so we're, like I said, we're BLM 757. We're independent from Black Lives Matter, the national, from Black Lives Matter global, and we're kind of the same. We're independent. We don't ask permission to make sure that Black Lives Matter is 757. The 757 is an area of Virginia that we are over. I became an activist in 2016 when my 14-year-old cousin committed suicide due to bullying. We were tired of seeing the status quo. Somebody would get killed by the cops, and then people would march for 2 weeks, and there would be no real change. They kept voting the same people in and out, and then we came forward. So when I saw, personally, when I saw, your name out there and saw that, you weren't them, when I didn't see any data, it just prompted us to say, hey, let's, look into it. We're not going to jump down your throat. We're not going to come at you all crazy because we don't have evidence either way. And like I said, it takes a lot to come out here and say what you're saying, especially with no backing. And the fact that you have backing, it wasn't just like you showed us screenshots from a document. You showed us actual, from what we can see now, of course, they're not physically together, but documents with seals on them, further backing what you're saying. So, like I said, we would like to further this conversation, past this. We would like to, put this on other platforms. Like today we had some difficulties, so we'd like to work through it, maybe work another one in here soon. We're in Virginia. We actually have expanded to Texas as well. So like I said, we talk to all different groups, and like I said, we travel a lot. So we talk to different Panther groups, different Black liberation groups, and groups of all around. So we feel like I said, this is the diamond in the rough, and like we can't, hey, if I got to be the first to say appearance as Huey P. Newton's son, you show me documents until proven otherwise to prove that. So I don't want to keep saying if this is Huey P. Newton's son. I want to say Huey P. Newton's son because like I said, you show documents and. We're out here, like I said, we have smaller numbers on our live base, but we're shadow banned, but we have over 40,000 on our page that'll see this, and we'll be putting it on our YouTubes and Twitters and things of that nature. and then people can share this around, just so it can say. So, I mean, if you had anything to say to the people, you had anything, you know, more than welcome to throw it in there.
Yeah, I got the whole, because I want to answer the Panther member you said that asked me what am I trying to do. I would like to unionize the people, because that was my Pop and Bobby Seale ultimate goal, to unionize the people for freedom and justice and liberation for the people. But I know it would be unwise for me to think that I would be able to unionize every organization. So I would like to unionize those organizations that are truly with the movement and liberation and freedom of the people for the people. Those are the organizations. I don't want to affiliate with organizations that's on some individual power type stuff. I don't want no parts of you. I don't want to affiliate with you. I don't want to unite with you, because that's how the Black Panthers was infiltrated at first. That's how the party split between the two parties, because some of the people sided with my Pop and Bobby Seale, and the rest of the people sided with Elder Bridge Cleaver. That's how the party split at first, because it became a power struggle. Elder Bridge Cleaver wanted the power, and my Pop and Bobby Seale was like, how you gonna get the power? We bring you into this, and just keep going with your power movement that you're doing for the particular area of the Panthers that you blossomed in. But he wanted the power. So now today you have the same power struggle coming on. It's not about who's in power. It's about, are we all on the same cause, which is the freedom and liberation of the people. Not the freedom and liberation of you, the freedom and liberation for the oppressed and minority people all across the country. So if organizations not doing this wholeheartedly, then we're gonna bump heads. You're not gonna understand me, because I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for all these other things. I'm not. You don't see me charging for membership. You don't see me charging people for skydiving lessons. If you're trying to teach some people something to how to survive, to survive is free. All you got to have is the knowledge to know how. So if you really trying to teach the people to survive, then teach them for free. Make money off of them, sell them clothes, sell them shoes or something like that. Why are you charging them for knowledge that it takes for them to survive?
So if you can't give people some insight about what you were telling me about as far as the 20th century Panthers, can you give us some insight on that and where you're going with that? I don't think we touched on that.
The 21st century Black Panthers RCDHPN, it was founded, to be exact, 1 month ago. But the They Fear Truth Federal Government of America, they was founded on June the 14th, 2020, after challenging the U.S. government federal courts on lack of subject matter jurisdiction, which is involved in the Haji Convention. This is how They Fear Truth Federal Government was formed, because I challenged the jurisdiction of the entire U.S. government court system, and they lost in federal court in Dukes versus Lee case. That's the case that broke history, that changed history. The 21st century, we aim to get land for the people, which we already have. We aim to be able to have farms for the people, to where we can build our own grocery stores to provide food for the community. We aim to build schools, homes, jobs, etc., hospitals, scientific labs. We own to do this here. This is not going to be an overnight thing. This is a thing that's going to take process and time, and we're going to need the people help in order for all this to be achieved. So we aim to do things that's going to really keep the survival of our people here. And we ultimately aim to unite the people of minority and poverty races all across the country. We all in the same fight. We all in the same boat. If we, right now, you and I, Mr. Aubrey Jones, you and I, right now, I'm the son of Huey P. Newton. I got all this here going on. You the president and founder of BLF. But guess where we shop at? We still shop at the grocery store. So if they told us we finna stop shipping food to the grocery store, how can me or him feed ourselves? I'm sure he don't own a farm. I don't own a farm. I'm sure he don't own 500, 600, 700 acres. I don't own 500, 600 acres, 600, 700 acres. So how can we feed ourselves? So it seemed to me that the primary goal would be for all of us to unite together to start to be able to provide the resources. If one organization is good at feeding people, another organization is good at teaching people, another organization is good at building things for people, another organization is good at going to find land and closing deals on land, another organization is good for, you know, teaching school. This is how we build our own nation. You cannot build your own nation if you struggling and you feuding within your own organization. How can you build a nation when you can't even get your organizations to all stand on one accord? It's
all powers to
impossible.
the people. All powers to the people. So we had another question that said, so we're gonna wrap this up soon, hey, y'all. So we got we'll take a few more questions if they come in, but we have a question right now from Pops. Said, have you reached out to Fred Hampton's son? And anybody else, if y'all have a question, put it in the comments now. Like I said, we'll be closing out here soon. And if y'all want, like I said, if y'all have any questions pertaining to this, if not, like I said, we'll wind this down. It's 8:16, so we're gonna we'll go on for about 5-7 more minutes tops. But if there's any more questions y'all have, again, right now, for y'all just joining us, we're here. This is Huey P. Newton's son. He's showing us documentations. And so we are trying to get down to the truth of it. This could be historical. Well, it is historical, like I said, until prove it otherwise. So I'm going to try to get used to that because I know it's hard to find the truth. That's why we chose to do this, because it's real easy to assume. It's real hard to do the work and actually dig and find out. We even, we're told, like I said, we can even take it to the fact where people say that we're fraudulent because we're not with the National. For the longest, people were saying, oh, y'all are not with the National, Black Lives Matter, la, 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 la. But the National Black Lives Matter never came to Virginia, and we don't have anything against them, but we didn't, ask permission because we had a lot of different things going on here. And then now, again, we still don't have anything against them, but now they have a negative annotation for some reason or another for some things that go on in the organization. But us being independent, we don't have anything to do with that. So I like I said, I would like to, it's Huey P. Newton shirts is something I've worn all my life, even before I knew what it was, and I just knew what Black Panther was. You see here, we had some of the stuff here, but I said, feel up something about something that we formed to help the people. We've been active for 5.5 years. The Facebook, they shadow banned us, so the numbers aren't going to reflect it, but that's why we're going to put it out there and say, hey, if there's people out there that are speculating, we invite them to have a conversation. I just want to remind people that in these movements, there's a certain way of order. You're supposed to, in a situation like this, how we feel, everybody doesn't have to go about the same way. If you have a conflict with your brother or sister, come to them first and try to resolve it. If y'all can't resolve that issue amongst yourselves, you're supposed to get with the elder, OG, somebody that's 10, 20, 30 years seasoned on you, and have a conversation amongst each other. One person gives their side, other person gives their side, rebuttal as much as need to, the elder gives their assessment, and pretty much does it. If there's still ill feelings after that, you then, go to the community if you feel like it absolutely cannot be resolved. But constantly coming on these social media platforms and bashing Black individuals, especially in these Black movements, is detrimental. I feel like it gives the enemy an upper hand, no matter who the enemy may be, because as opposed to having these conversations, we're going out here and bashing and assuming. This conversation is happening because we wanted to take a further look. Individuals told us don't entertain it, don't. Why? It's just like that's what's holding us back. If you want to at least have a conversation like this man's putting it out there, we don't talk about everything, but with something like this, to have, Huey P. Newton's son, the leader and founder of the Black Panther Party, I know that I founded BLM 757, and God forbid something happened to me and I had a long lost child and, wanted some sort of, or there was BLM 757s all over the country, I would want my son to be partaking that, no questions asked. So having documentation, unless you can prove otherwise, we'll work on getting our hands on this and meeting up. Again, like you said, it's not going to be overnight with anything. England is rather far from us, but we have expanded to Texas. So if we end up in Texas sooner than that, and like I said, we'll be having regular sessions, and we have a lot going on. So we'll reach out to you and see what you have going on in Texas in the building of this. And furthermore, with us, we like Black unity. So if you're out here, and not even just Black unity, we like unity amongst everybody. So if you're out here bettering your community, no matter how it is, because we got to live amongst ourselves, we have to go to the same grocery store and restaurants together. We appreciate you and all the work that you're doing. So if there's nobody else questions, the guy in the live says he's Huey P. Newton's son, so he's answering questions. That's what yeah, Malik, brother Malik. This is not Malik Shabbat. This is Malik. He's with the original Black Panthers of Richmond. So I said, Pops, Malik. Pops is a member of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Malik is a member of the original Black Panthers. If y'all had any more questions, I will answer those. If anybody else, again, I'll be up here for just a few more minutes. So just leave y'all questions if y'all have them. Again, this is, I said, man, this is Huey P. Newton's son. I said, if anybody who's in the movement, you're going to understand this more. Did you have anything that you wanted to say or any statements that you wanted to make outside of that? What's going in?
I just encourage people to, anytime somebody is fraudulent, a fraudulent person try to hide things. They don't want you to investigate nothing. I encourage you, the public, the news agencies, whoever you may be, to investigate. Check your sources. Check your resources. Go to the government. I encourage you to do this here. You know, I seen a leader that he has no information about him. And I'm talking about Malik Shabazz. He has no information in regards to where he come from, who he is, his background, his parent, nothing. I think he is Bobby Seale's son. I think that's why he was reaching out to me, because Bobby Seale has a son named Malik Seale that there is no information on, none. It just says Bobby Seale has a son named Malik Seale, but it don't give his son date of birth, when his son was born, who his mama was, any of that there. But Bobby Seale has a son named Malik Seale. He was named after Malcolm X. So this is the things that I'm saying. If you're welcome to challenge me, you're welcome to dig as much as you want. You can dig for the next 2 years. You will never be able to say what I'm telling you and what I have showed you as a lie.
So I like this question.
This
so if we're able to get the leader, if we're able to get the leader of the original Black Panthers, and we're able to get the leader of the new Black Panthers on the same line, would you be willing to do, like we're doing right now, conversation live or in private, whichever they choose to? Would you want to, you know, have a conversation with the, you know what I'm saying, with ladies? Like I said, we've done maneuvers before, and like I said, BLM 757 is an independent entity, but I feel like the conversation is a must. So I feel like it's something that we can, like I said, it doesn't have to be live. Again, like I said, there may be some stuff we might not want to talk about online. But so it's out here live for everybody. If any conversation,
I don't hide anything. I don't hide anything. My life is open. That's what I'm saying. I'm not one of these people that's trying to hide anything. My life, everything I do, everything I'm saying is out in the open. The only time you have something to hide is when you're trying to hide the truth. So I have nothing to hide. I'm willing to meet people, go places, whatever it takes for a person to feel comfortable. I'm willing to do that. If, like I say, the best way to solve everything, I want, like, people like yourself and other nations, go to people that's my father's actual people, his brothers, his sisters, his aunties. Go to them and let's set up a DNA test so the world can see this right here. I don't know what else to tell people.
Well, I said we got, like I said, we have representatives.
I don't know. It's nothing else that I could do. We
got a representative of Huey P. Newton Gun Club and a member of the original Black Panthers. I can get a member of the new Black Panther Party on the phone, and like I said, we'll talk about it. Maybe it'll be a week from now, maybe it'll be soon. I know we got pretty busy schedules today, Wednesday. So we'll be in contact. Let everybody know your social media handles. Y'all already know y'all on BLM 757 Facebook right now, but we're going to put this on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, anywhere else. So like I said, any questions y'all have, especially like I said, we definitely, this is a situation, this isn't for everybody, but it is for everybody. This is a situation that's more so for individuals who are in the revolutionary community, who are Panther affiliated in some way, shape, or form, Huey P. Newton Gun Club affiliated, anybody who's representing the RBG, because like I said, we know that we're known as BLM 757, but anybody who knows the true heritage, like I said, we teach history. So that's why this is a very important part of history. Is not just you know, saying Black Lives Matter, is not just saying that, you know, it's not just saying that Black power is really educating. This is where the critical race theory and all that comes in, and this is why it has to be taught, because we've been taught for so long, you know, the all slave laid down. Like they don't tell us enough about Nat Turner. They don't tell us enough about, you know, what Harriet Tubman and them really did. So know about, let's say, the Huey P. Newtons and the Fred Hamptons, and know about the people who started in the 60s, where now the reason why all y'all walking around with guns and all the states that you are, like Virginia, open carry state, Georgia, Texas, all the way open carry state, Florida, learn the history around why certain states have the, why you can carry and why, you may have thought it was illegal for a certain amount of time. But, let's, organize everybody together, because at the end of the day, our children got to play together. And unless you buy a plot of land and you can govern it, then we all gonna have to deal with each other. I can actually see that. Now I can see. But can y'all hold it? Keep it right there. And look, it's damn backwards though. We gotta do something about the backwardsness. We're gonna figure out that technical difficulty. If we can try to take clear. So before people were saying it just wasn't clear because of the pictures, but now we're getting video, so it's on video. But like I said, again, it's going to be a matter of technology. If you can get somebody with a Galaxy S21 Ultra or like the newest iPhone, it's going to come in as clear as possible. Or if it has the scanner mode on it, on the phone, it has in the pictures where it lets you scan the document.
That's for Rico Newton right there.
So if y'all can screen grab that, anybody that's live right now, start screen grab. All right, y'all. So again, close this out for anybody tuning in. Huey P. Newton's son, he's showing y'all documents right there. We're looking to reach out to all leaders of the Black liberation movement. And like I said, again, because this is big. There's an African American History Museum. This needs to be going on in California, in Virginia. We're open to it as well. So, we need to embrace this. And like I said, we need to, like I said, unify, because if nothing else, what harm is it having more people out here fighting for freedom? If we get too hung up on labels, we get too hung up on gatekeeping, too hung up on how to do it. You run your organization how you see fit. You don't bother nobody, and they run their organization how they see fit. You see each other out with families, y'all get it, y'all hug it out for the families, do your thing. If you don't like them, go about your business when it's done. That's it. You don't got to like people to work with them. You don't got to like people to handle community business together.
As long as your organization or your movement is for justice and freedom of the people, we all stand for the same cause. Whether you choose to wear black and say that your name is Black Panther, whether you choose to wear goddamn red and say your name is something else, we all stand for the same thing, the freedom and movement. The only ones that don't stand for that are those that stand for their own individual profit and gain. If everybody else stand for that, then we all good. But we know this is that's how they infiltrate us. That's how they stop our movement. And to answer the question of the dude that asked, have I reached out to not Bobby Seale, Fred Hampton's son? Yes, I have reached out to him. I reached out to him on his social media platforms. I didn't seen him put a text up, put a post up, and I get right under the text and reply to him, the documents, everything. He won't say nothing. He don't say nothing. So it's like people are afraid because I'm here, I'm live. Remind you, I'm supposed to have been dead. It was a U.S. government hit on me. President Hoover, who was the FBI director of COINTELPRO, put a contract on Huey P. Newton, my father, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King, said that they fear, the White House administration fears another Huey P. Newton, Malcolm X to lead the Black revolutionary movement for the Black community. I'm his only son. So I was an automatic target. But we need to unionize, y'all. It's not about individual power. It's not about an individual organization. It's about the people in a whole. The only way for us to survive, we have to unionize. The majority of has to be on the same page and the same thing, because we in trouble, America. We in trouble. Our youth is in trouble. Our elderlies are in trouble. They putting poison in the food. They putting poison in the medicine. They teaching you in school this information to downgrade you from your inheritance. They give you 1 month of Black History Month, and we think that's something to be grateful and happy about. They changing our women into boys. They changing our boys into women. But yet we feuding about who got the power in an organization. While the whole time, the people in the whole, we are going down the drain. While the people that's supposed to be leading the people that are afraid to stand up and fight for themselves, We feuding with each other. That's not what this is about. That is not what this is about. The movement is for the people. The freedom, justice, and liberation and the survival of our people and all poverty and minority people across the country. That's the goal. That's the mission. Individual power is not accepted. And this is what the 21st century come in there, because we just exposing all those that are really not with this movement. If you're not with this movement, the things that I say, you'll be upset about it. Or the things that you say, if I wasn't with this movement, I'll be upset about that. I'm not upset about anything because I'm truly with this movement for the freedom and liberation for the people. When I go out every day, every time I file a case or every time I do anything, I know that my life is on the line. I could die that day for doing what I'm doing, but that's not going to stop me. That's not going to deteriorate me. That's not going to slow me down. Threats, not going to stop me, because I'm truly here for the people's service. I'm not here for my own service. If I was here for my own service, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I know how to do other things other than this right here. I got a music label. I got a news label. I got a tax service. I have They Feel Truth Federal Government of America. We have our own USPS mailing service. We have our own public and private processing service. We have our own federal tax service with an EIFN number. We have all these services to provide for the people, to let the people know that, hey, you don't have to be dependent on your oppressor no more. But the same way you help the U.S. government function, you got to help They Feel Truth Federal Government function. It's not about being a gatekeeper. It's not about being a chapter leader. It's about, do you actually have the heart that stands for the people? When you stand for the people, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. Certain things might happen to you. You might get locked up. One of your people that stand with you in this movement might get killed. That don't supposed to deteriorate you from the freedom and the movement of the people. This is how they did us in slavery days. They took the biggest slave and put him out in front of everybody and beat him, whooped him, tortured him, because he was the one that stood up. So when they killed him in front of all the rest of the slaves, all the other slaves bowed down because they didn't want that to happen to them. So this is the same thing that they do to us today. They tell us to protest peacefully. We go protest peacefully. What do they do while we protest peacefully? They go right around the corner and kill somebody to where we protesting it. Then we got to go around that corner and protest peacefully. While we steady protesting peacefully, they steady killing us. So somewhere we got to be willing to lose something in order to gain the bigger part of the picture. So everybody can't be scared to die, because we'll never get nowhere. If Martin Luther King was scared to die, we'd have never had voting rights. We'd have never been let out of segregation. If my father and Malcolm X had never stood and showed the people how you unionize as power, we wouldn't be trying to do none of this here today. So the fallen comrades, they gave their lives so we can keep carrying on the torch, but yet we bow down and scared because master slapped one slave on the back. They can't slap all of us. But that's the problem. All of us don't stand the same.
So y'all getting late on this side. Like I said, we definitely appreciate this. It's been an hour and a half. Well, we was a lot late, but we definitely appreciate. We won't have any more questions coming in. We'll have some lists before. So Huey P, son, appreciate you coming on the platform. Like I said, we'll have the links to where they can find you under this. And peace and power to everybody. Again, we believe in finding the truth. So we are starting our own news outlet. This is one of the ways that we do go about it. But the Voice of Reason, we've been working on that since 2017 or 18. That'll be coming forward, where we'll be bringing stories like this and many others. Because as y'all know, we do a lot of traveling, and so we do see a lot of cases. And we just want to, like I said, bring truth to power. And in this fight for critical race theory, we want to make sure we are as accurate as we can be and giving the true history of Black people. Like we hear about certain Black people in a certain light. Of course, everybody knows Malcolm and Martin, but we need to make sure our kids know about Huey Newton and Fred Fred Hampton, and Nat Turner, and everybody else in between. So until then, like I said, we definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Peace of power. Signing petition we have is blm757.org. To keep up with us, turn your notifications on, because I said Facebook shadow bans us. So if y'all turn your notifications on, you can keep up. I said also join our YouTube channel. We'll be uploading this there, and we're more active there. Turn on notifications so you never miss nothing. Again, brother, appreciate you coming through. We'll be in more contact. Let's have more conversations like this. And like I said, we'll reach out. Like I said, we have representation from the Huey P. Newton Gun Club and representation from the original Black Panthers on the live. We're going to try to see if we get a new Black Panther. And like I said, we'll have the answer, because like I said, the truth doesn't change. So we'll be out here spreading the word. Until then, peace and power to everybody.
Peace and power. Black power.
Black power.